Roel Sarmago here. In this brief video, I'm going to explain in plain language why the Bank of Canada's target for the overnight rate is important. Now, hopefully you've already watched one of my previous videos which explains exactly what the Bank of Canada's target for the overnight rate is. Man, that's a mouthful. But in this video, I'm going to talk about why it's important. So big picture wise, the target for the overnight rate, as set by the Bank of Canada 8 times per year, is the main tool that the Bank of Canada uses to influence the economy, basically. So currently, the target overnight rate is 1%, which is historically very, very low. And why this is important is because there's a cascading effect throughout the economy that starts with that 1%. So from that 1%, the commercial banks peg their prime lending rate in relation to that 1%. Currently, the prime lending rate for all of the major banks in Canada is 3%, which again is insanely low. To give you a bit of historical context, when I started as a financial consultant in 2004, the prime lending rate was double. It was 6%. So the prime lending rate in 2004 was 6%, and it hit a brief period where it was actually 6.25%. So today at 3%, that's really, really low. So again, big picture, when if the Bank of Canada sees that the Canadian economy is chugging along a little too quickly, they will raise interest rates in order to slow it down a little bit. And if they see that the Canadian economy is a bit sluggish, they will actually lower interest rates to try to give it a bit of a kickstart. Now, how do they actually influence this? Well, if you think about it, if interest rates are high, then variable mortgage rates are a little bit higher. Personal lines of credit that are prime plus whatever is a little bit higher. Home equity lines of credit, which are usually prime plus something, are a little bit higher. Now, mind you, again, at present in April 2014, prime lending rate is 3%. So 3.25% for a home equity line of credit is 3.25%. So imagine you're a family and you say you want to go on vacation, and you put it on your home equity line of credit because you really feel you deserve a break. Well, you borrow, say, $5,000 for a family vacation down in the Caribbean for an all-inclusive, and you're paying 3.25% on that $5,000. So if they find that everybody is taking these vacations and spending on consumer goods and services, then the Canadian government says, well, inflation is a little bit out of hand. People have too much money. They're bidding up the prices. Things are getting expensive. The one most immediate tool that they have in their toolbox is to influence the overnight rate, or the key interest rate for Canada. There's many different terms, or key policy interest rate. These all refer to the same thing, which is the overnight rate as influenced by the Bank of Canada. So once again, if the Bank of Canada raises the target for the overnight rate, say from 1% to 1.25%, then that family that took the vacation is paying 3.5%, because prime would probably most likely be in lockstep with that. So prime would then be 3.25%, and thus their home equity line of credit would be prime plus a quarter. So 3.25 plus a quarter is 3.5%. So now their minimum monthly payments for that $5,000 debt that they incurred from the family vacation is now a little bit more expensive. So they may not have as much money to spend on other things. So as you can see, once again, the Bank of Canada, when they raise that target for the overnight rate, that influences the spending capacity or the purchasing capacity of almost every single aspect of the Canadian economy. Now, that's where we're sitting at right now. So currently, as of April 16th, 2014, the Bank of Canada has stated that they're not going to change the target for the overnight rate. So it still will lend money to commercial banks at 1.25. They will still borrow from commercial banks if need be at 0.75%. So the target being right in the middle is 1%. So the overnight rate in Canada is 1%. So that has remained unchanged for several months now because the outlook is that the economy still has a little bit more to go in terms of repairing and in terms of moving along. The inflation rate that the Bank of Canada would like to see is at 2%. So we're not quite there yet, but we're projected that we're headed in that direction. Whether it's true or not, who knows? It's just all rhetoric at this point. But now you know why it's important. So if you like this little bit of information, please remember to share it on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or just click like, or at the very least share it with somebody that you think might enjoy this bit of information. Once again, I'm Roel Sarmago. Thank you for your time and have a great day.